All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bakar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule impeccably well. Shalom to the hopeful elect, pushing its truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. This is the brother Yakanan from the GMS England branch, and this is going to be a brief video inspired by this article that you see here on the screen, and also inspired by a chariot sighting that I witnessed, this morning. Now, I left the house, pretty early this morning to make my way to work, and it's that time of the year where the sun doesn't come up until late morning, so it was still pretty dark outside. And the spirit has told me to look up, and it's almost like I was so sure that I was gonna see a chariot upon looking up. And then when I actually saw it and got the confirmation, it was a beautiful thing, because it's always beautiful to witness a chariot sighting, to see the way that they move through the skies, through the heavens. And you can never really anticipate what that particular chariot is going to do at that given moment. All right, so it's always a beautiful thing to witness. So I just I was like, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wakar Kudash, because it's just a reminder that this kingdom is about to be destroyed. It's a constant reminder unto us to keep the faith and to stay diligent and never give up regarding the prophecies that are written of in the book, man, because the scriptures say the things that are written aforetime were written for our learning. Okay, and these chariots, they're written of, they're documented in the holy scriptures. All right, and you have to have faith in that. You have to have faith in the prophecies. You have to have faith in all the things that are written of in the holy scriptures, man. All right, because these words, that we read, they're to comfort us on our walk in this ministry. All right, so it's always beautiful, once again, to witness, these chariot sightings, and to be able to know and understand that these very sightings that we see are actually documented in the holy scriptures. All right, it's part of the good news. All right, now we have this article here taken from the EurasianTimes.com, and it reads, 15 times the speed of sound. Fighter pilots share chilling details of UFO sightings that defied law of physics. All right, and we've heard many stories like this particular story here of pilots, soldiers, so on and so forth, that experience phenomenal UFO sightings, so-called UFO sightings, but we know them to be the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the heavenly vehicles that are used and occupied by the heavenly angels. All right, and like I said, we've witnessed and read about and watched documentaries and videos regarding several accounts of spectacular sightings that people have documented. All right, and people have been, their life has been changed by some of the things that they've seen and some of the things that they witnessed. All right, now it says here, the latest documentary based on the bizarre Night of UFOs features a chilling audio clip of a Brazilian fighter pilot who encountered one of the many UFOs that appeared over Brazil in May 1986. All right, So another thing, that we got to understand is that these sightings, of these mysterious vehicles, all right, have been, documented, for hundreds of years. All right. There's accounts that go back hundreds of years, documenting thousands of years, really. All right. Documenting, different various accounts and sightings, of so-called UFOs, all right, which are the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right. So this ain't nothing new, upon the face of the earth. They've always been around, all right, from the very beginning. Okay. And this just shows you that, the technology, all right, the spiritual technology that our power, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, our powers are dealing with, is on a complete different level, all right, and is outside, the bounds of what we understand. And that's why, Esau Edom is so shook, all right, it's so fearful, when it comes to the technology of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right. And really, this is excellent news for us, but unto him, it's a curse. All right, now let me get right quick. I have it preloaded here. Let me get Zechariah chapter 5, and I'll start from the top in verse 1. And as you can see the heading, it says the flying scroll. Now it says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. All right. Now this is an account from Zechariah, all right, of a chariot, that he seen. Okay. And it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. All right. So unto Esau Edom, all right, beginning with their elites. Okay. This is a curse unto them. All right. So anytime the elites of Esau Edom, all right, the elites of the left-hand side, anytime they see chariot sightings, all right, any information or data that they get concerning the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that is a curse unto them. All right. And like I always say, best believe, all right, there's all kinds of footage, images, all right, of the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that they just simply won't release to the public because people will bug out. All right. There's terrifying footage out there. There's terrifying footage and images of the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that these elites will never let the public see. All right. Because it's simply going to bug people out, because the power that's coming to take over this earth, all right, is not no joke. All right. When you're dealing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, remember the Lord is a man of war. All right. And Yahushua said, I shall not come to meet thee as a man. Okay. So the Lord is coming back as a spectacular force that's going to take out the wicked. All right. So this is a very, very fearful thing unto them, man. But this is a blessing unto us because this is our salvation. And we will get into a few scriptures to expound upon that. All right. So it says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. All right. So it's going to enter into the house of the thief. All right. And let's read that in verse 4. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Now, who's the thief? The thief is Esau Edom. All right. The so-called white man, beginning with, of course, their elites. All right. And these chariots, all right, the heavenly vehicles of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they are circling and going to and fro throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Okay. And they are taunting and making their presence known in the kingdom of Esau Edom. Now let's get that in the scriptures. I believe it's the eyes of the Lord. I'm gonna have to be more specific. Bear with me. Right, here it is. This is Second Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 9, and it reads, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. Herein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars." All right. So the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth. All right. And the eyes of the Lord, those are the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Those are the so-called UFOs. All right. So the Lord beholds everything, all right, that takes place upon the face of the earth, the good and the evil. So the Lord is constantly watching 24/7, 365, and everything is being documented, all right, in the spiritual database upon the earth, man. So nothing can be hid from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. So every deed of the wicked, all right, every idle word of the wicked, all right, is taken into account. And all charges are going to be pressed upon Esau Edom, man. All right, he's not going to be able to slide on anything. All right, everything is documented, and all of these charges are going to be bestowed upon Esau Edom, and he must pay. All right, he is constantly being watched. All of these dark things that you Edomites are doing behind closed doors. All right, you got this whole Balenciaga situation. All of the sacrifice and all of the rituals that the wicked are doing. That's all documented, man. All right, all of your evil works are documented. There's no escape. All right, and all your works are going to be required. All right. Now let's get into a few more scriptures concerning what the chariots, of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai mean for us. All right, because that's our salvation. All right, and that's our ticket, out of this wicked kingdom. All right, because the Lord is going to come and he's going to bring great destruction upon the face of the earth. And in the midst of that great destruction, all right, Lord willing, we be the elect. All right, we're going to be kept from, that great destruction. And we're going to be kept safe in the presence, of these so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So let's get Isaiah 66 and 15, all right, which is one of my favorite scriptures, man. All right. Isaiah 66 and verse 15. Because great destruction is coming to this earth, man. All right. This is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. And it reads, "For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." All right. So the Lord is coming with his chariots, man. All right. When the Lord it makes his return, all right, upon this earth, when he cracks those clouds, he's gonna come with an armada, all right, with a whole host of chariots, okay, upon the face of the earth, to redeem his elect and to destroy, all right, this wicked kingdom, man. This is actually going to happen. This is actually going to take place in the very near future. I'll read that again. "For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire." All right, now why does it keep mentioning, this fire? Because those chariots are going to actually shoot concentrated light out of them. All right, lasers. And they're going to dehydrate people on the spot. And if you want an example of that, a theatrical example, you can go and watch, what's it called? War of the Worlds. All right. That literally gives you, a theatrical, green screen, example of how that's actually going to play out. all right, on a very low scale. You literally see how, the so-called UFOs were blasting people and instantly dehydrating them and turning them into dust when you watch that film. And that's literally what's going to be playing out in these last days, man. All right? A lot of strange things are going to be happening. A lot of, strange, events and miraculous works are going to be playing out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. All right. So by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And when you go into that word plead, it means to judge. So the Lord is coming back to judge people. All right. He's coming back to sentence people to death. Instant judgment. Now let me get 2 Ezra 9 right quick, all right, because I had this loaded up also. Now this is 2 Ezra chapter 9. You know what, we'll start from the top and then we'll jump down. And verse 1, and it reads, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is in this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, all right? And we're actually in the midst of the highest, who is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, getting ready to visit the world which he made, all right? And that's evident. Why? Let's read it. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, all right? So that is a great indicator of when the Most High, the highest, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is visiting the world which he made, because you're going to see diverse earthquakes, all right? You're going to have constant uproars of the people throughout the four corners of the globe, all right? Those boxes are ticked. Those things are actually playing out right before your eyes. Constant uproars of the people. Look what's happening in Brazil. All right, all kinds of things are happening. Look what's happening in India. Look what was happening in Sri Lanka, a few months ago. Okay, it's constant uproars of the people. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things which from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Now let's go to verse 5. It says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So we're in a time where the end is actually manifest. It's here. All right. And key prophecies, major prophecies, are getting ready to be played out upon the face of the earth, man. All right. And that's how you know that the end is manifest, because they're heavily pushing the MOTB. All right. The Revelations 13 and 16. The CHIP, that's getting pushed. Okay? The brain CHIPs is getting heavily pushed. All right? Akasha Society is getting heavily pushed. Everything going digital is getting heavily pushed. So that gives you a great indicator of where we are in the grand scheme of things concerning biblical prophecy, concerning the reality that we're actually living, man. All right. Now check this out. Let's go to verse 6, and here's the point that I wanted to get. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. All right. And some of these endings in effects and signs, all right, also encompass the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and unexplainable sightings that people simply can't explain. Okay, these are the endings with effects and signs, and these effects and signs are only going to intensify as we get closer to the end of this kingdom, man. All right, things are only going to get more spooky, more weirder, all right, more heart-shaking the closer that we get to the end of Esau Edom's kingdom. All right, people are not ready, to witness apparitions and to start seeing spirits. Okay, people are simply not ready for that because you've experienced and been raised in a kingdom where the spiritual aspect of life has been withdrawn from you. All right, and that's why it talks about in Isaiah 60, from the top and down, gross darkness cover the people. All right, spiritual things, are kept hidden. All right, and made into mirth. All right, but the spiritual side of things is very real. Demons are very real. Okay, angels on the left hand side are very real. Angels on the right hand side are very real, man. Okay, and they're right before your eyes, but you're just blocked from seeing them. But when the Lord starts opening up, you had that you remember Ghostbusters, when things open up and you just start seeing the spirits just walking around in the street. People are not ready for that. People are not ready for that. They're not ready to see the angels of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, pronouncing judgment upon this wicked place, man. All right. Let's go back to Isaiah 66, finish off. So it says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." All right. So the slain of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai shall be many, man. All right. So many people are going to die, all right, and be taken out when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai makes his return. All right. The Lord is coming to judge people. He's coming to take life. Okay. That's what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is coming to do. But the Lord is also coming to deliver his elect. All right. And let's get that in Matthew 24. All right. Now this is Matthew 24, and I believe it's around the 30th verse. And we'll start from verse 29. Matthew 24 and verse 29, and it says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken." Now here's the point. "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." All right. So when you're reading these scriptures, you really have to, imagine, you have to have a very, vibrant imagination. All right. To really imagine, how this is going to be. All right. And to imagine, the great fear that's going to fall upon the hearts of the people, man, when these things start to happen. Like I said, you've been raised in a society of gross darkness. So when, the magnitude of spirituality opens up, that's why the scriptures does say that men's heart failing them for fear. All right. Because it's going to be simply too much for a lot of people, that you just go and drop dead at the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of earth mourn." So there's going to be great mourning, great lamenting, terrible, screaming. Okay? Blood-curdling screams, amazement. People not knowing what the hell is going on, but the elect are going to know, all right? Because what does it say in Isaiah 33 and 6? "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation." All right. So the elect are not going to be bugging out. All right. Like how you people are going to be bugging out, man. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we're going to be rejoicing. Yeah, we're going to have fear in our heart because by default, we fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. But it's going to be a righteous fear. Okay. It's going to be the fear of knowing that, we pray that well of the elect, because the scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely make it. All right. So that's the kind of fear that we're going to have in our heart, is hoping that we're of the elect. But you people are just going to be left out there, man. So, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." All right. I'll read that again. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So you got to really imagine, thousands upon thousands of chariots flying around in the air, okay? People getting zapped by concentrated rays of light. The sounds, the vibrations, okay? People dropping dead from the greatness that they're seeing. The glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, him getting his revenge. The scriptures talk about in Revelations 1, the two that pierced him. All right, so the Lord is coming back crying like a travailing woman, as it tells us. And he's going to be very angry. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. All right, so that cuts the notion, the thought, that our Lord Yahushai, all right, and his name is not Jesus Christ, our Lord Yahushai only came for an elect of his people, okay? He didn't come for the whole world. He came for an elect of his people. All right, so not everyone is going to get saved, man. Only the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be delivered in this dreadful day. All right, now from here, let's get 1 Thessalonians 4. All right, just to back up this scripture. All right, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and we'll start from verse 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. Now here's the point, verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. All right, so the elect are going to be caught up and meet the Lord in the air. All right, we're going to be beamed up. So you're going to see, particular members of the elect literally levitate into the sky, into the heavens, all right, into these ships. That's why the scriptures talk about in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the strangeness of our salvation, man, because it's going to be very strange. The things that you're going to be witnessing upon the face of the earth are going to be very, very strange. They're going to be unexplainable. Okay? It's going to be like nothing you've ever witnessed ever upon the face of the earth. You're going to be seeing, special effects that you used to see in movies operating in real life. All right? You're going to see stuff you've only seen in movies, but it's going to be happening in real life right before your eyes with no green screen, man. All right? And your eyes not going to even know how to comprehend what you're seeing. So there's going to be great fear upon the hearts of many people, man. So it says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. All right. So we're going to get caught up into them chambers. Like it mentions in Isaiah 26. Let's get that right quick, man. Because remember, them ICBM missiles, all right, they're going to be penetrating the land of America. They're going to be penetrating various parts of the earth. So we're going to need delivering from that great destruction, man. We're going to need, if you will, a force field, a protection around us so we don't get devoured. All right, now let's get Isaiah 26, and I believe it's verse 20. It's Isaiah 26 and verse 20, and it says, "Come, my people." Again, who's the Lord's people? The elect of Israel, man. The elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, not everyone. It says, "my people." So come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. This is making reference to the chariots. And shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. All right? So we're going to be inside the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, watching the destruction and safe from the destruction that's happening underneath our feet. All right? So this is going to be a heavy time period upon the face of the earth, man. And that's why in Daniel's 12, it makes mention of, you know what, let's get it. All right? Let's get Daniel's 12 and then we'll close out on this. This is Daniel's chapter 12 and verse 1. And as you can see the heading, the time of the end. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. All right, so to be delivered, all right, to be an Israelite and be delivered, your name has to be written in the book of life, man. All right, it's not enough to just know that you're an Israelite, man. Okay, your name has to be written in the book of life. You have to be ordained for salvation from the very beginning of time, man. And we pray and we hope through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bahasham Makar Kodash, that our name is written down in the book of life, because that's what it's all about. All right. So as the scripture said, there's going to be a time of trouble such as never was there since there was a nation upon the face of the earth, man. So all you have to do is think upon all of the great times of judgment that the Lord has caused to happen upon the face of the earth throughout the thousands of years. And you just have to think to yourself, this is going to be the greatest time ever that the Lord has ever caused to play out upon the earth, man. This is going to be the greatest time of judgment ever. And it's never going to happen ever again after that, after that point. So it's going to be terrifying, man. All right? It's going to be pretty terrifying, man. All right? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And until the next one, I'll say shalom.